Right, folks, this is one people have been asking for years. In this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how much money I've earned on YouTube since uploading my very first video back in October 2015. But before we get into that, a little bit of housekeeping and a few disclaimers as well. Firstly, as I'm sure you've noticed, I'm experimenting with lots of different types of content on the channel at the moment. And the best way to show me that you want more of a specific type of content is to leave a like, leave a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm, it helps me, and it really helps to show what kind of content you'd like to see me focus the channel towards as part of our 2021 reinvention. So if you enjoy this video, or you think you're going to enjoy this video, a thumbs up would be fantastic. And of course, if you are new to the channel off the back of a video that's very different from anything I've ever made before, make sure you subscribe, turn your notifications on so you don't miss out on any potential follow-ups to this and other similar content. So that's the housekeeping. Now time for the disclaimer, because I realize this kind of video has the potential to be quite triggering, especially at the moment when we're living in these times of pandemics and furlough and people losing their jobs and all that kind of stuff. So if you do think that that kind of thing is likely to upset you, likely to make you feel bad, I would suggest maybe just skipping this video, moving on to the next one. It's not intended to be a video that is a brag or a flex or whatever the cool kids are calling that kind of stuff these days. Like I say, it's a video people have been asking for years. I think it's quite an interesting thing to discuss. I've never been one to really hide away from discussing money. And I also think that I'm taking a conscious effort to present it in such a way so that I'm not shouting from the rooftops, look how rich you can get from YouTube. I am trying to really emphasize the work to reward ratios and things that it takes to build up to successful YouTube channels that create the kind of income that you're going to see over the course of this video. So hopefully I've been able to balance out the whole it's not a get rich quick scheme, and you do have to put the hours in, you do have to work hard. Hard work is rewarded, and like I say, it's absolutely not meant to be any kind of brag. And because of that, I am going to be showing you the full life of both channels. It's not just a look at what I earned last year, because that figure in isolation does not tell you the whole story. Last year, 2020, was the first time I ever considered myself quite well paid for doing YouTube. It was the first time I'd ever earned more doing YouTube full time than I earned in my previous job as a teacher. And the previous 4 years leading up to that point were definitely a struggle that are part of the story that I need to show you, that it's not just a case of start YouTube, earn big money. There's a lot of steps to take to get to that point. And the other disclaimer to remember as well, of course, is that this is the headline AdSense revenue figures that YouTube pay. I don't actually see this amount of money. This isn't the profit that I'm making for the year. This isn't even the amount of money that gets paid into my bank account, because like the majority of YouTubers, I work with a YouTube network. YouTube and AdSense pay them. They then pay me. They take a cut for the management and advertising services that they do for me and all the work that they do in the background. So these aren't the figures that I get. And even after the figures that I do get hit my bank account, there's then a whole load of other things that come off it before we get any close to seeing any kind of profit. So don't think that I'm actually earning anywhere near this amount of money, because I have to pay for all of the costs associated with running the channels. I have my big old tax bill and stuff that everyone else has to pay, of course, as well. And the actual amount of money that I have left to spend each month is probably no more than a third of these figures, if it even gets as high as that. So yeah, these are the headline gross numbers. I am not a rich man, and it's important that you remember that as this video goes on. So as I say, we're going to be starting things off from the beginning. So I guess without further ado, we need to get in to the beginning. We're going to be looking at both of my YouTube channels. I started my Football Manager channel, my other channel, back in October 2015. This channel started in June 2016, although I didn't really start uploading regularly until the daily vlog started on the 1st of January 2017. But we're going to go through each year in terms of 2015 through to 2020, showing you what I earned each year, how many videos I made each year, and from there we can kind of extrapolate how many hours I worked for the money that I earned. And for each year, I'm going to work out an hourly rate as well. So you can see just how much I'm actually getting paid per hour per year to, again, the last thing I want off the back of this video is a whole load of people to think, yes, I'm going to start a YouTube channel and get rich. It's easy. I'm really trying to hammer home the it ain't easy side of this. So let's jump in to 2015 to kick things off. And in 2015, as I mentioned, I only had the one channel. I didn't start it until the middle of October that year. So we're only looking at a small portion of the year. Of course, this is one of the years where I was also working full-time as a teacher. So I started my YouTube channel in October, and straight from the word go, I was uploading daily content. I was all about getting that work in, all about working hard. If I was going to do it, I was going to do it properly, and I was going to get on that daily grind straight away. So in 2015, from mid-October when I started my channel until the end of the year, I uploaded 90 videos, so more than a video a day. Now, throughout this video, I'm assuming that each video takes around 5 hours to produce. That average is roughly the same across both the Football Manager channel and the vlog channel. That involves, for the Football Manager stuff, the actual recording of the video, editing the video, getting it rendered, uploaded, doing thumbnails, doing the search engine optimization. For the Football Manager stuff, it also includes playing the bits of the game in between the episodes. So that 5 hour period takes me from being able to hit record and start one video to being at the point where I can hit record and start the next video. And it averages as well. There's some videos that are closer together, so there's less of the in between getting ready for the next video stuff, but there's also some videos that take much longer to produce. Certainly the transfer specials I do over there can take a long time to produce. Likewise on the vlog, sometimes it'll be a relatively easy sit down, do a video, limited editing. It'll take an hour and a half to do. And then sometimes there's videos that take an entire day's filming, 4 or 5 hours of editing. This video has taken me 3 hours already just to gather all the information that I need to be able to present it to you. So I think 5 hours is a pretty decent average per video created, and looking at the hours per week that it leaves me with on average at the end of all this, it does feel about right. So we're going to assume an average of 5 hours per video produced. So 90 videos in 2015, which meant I worked 450 hours, and I had 11 weeks of creating content in 2015 from when I started the channel to the end of the year, which meant in 2015, my first year on YouTube, as well as working full-time as a secondary school teacher, I was also working 41 hours a week on my YouTube channel and didn't earn a penny. No money earned at all in 2015. Even back then, there were certain criteria you had to hit before you were able to earn any money. And at that point, I wasn't hitting them. So I worked 450 hours alongside a full-time job and earned no money. Now we can move on into 2016. So 2016, we'll start with the Football Manager channel because that one was the one that was running all year. And then we'll have a look at this channel as well, which started partway through. So on the Football Manager channel in 2016, so again, this is another year where I'm working full-time as a teacher. And you can see I was on that hourly grind because in 2016 on the Football Manager channel, I uploaded 365 videos. One video per day, every single day, all year, did not miss a day, which means a total hours worked in that year of 1,825 hours, or 35 hours a week on that channel alongside my full-time work as a teacher. And in that year, I did start earning some money on that channel. I earned a grand total for the year of £966.94. That's for 1,825 hours of work, effectively a full-time job, 35 hours a week for 52 weeks, no days off, no week off. I worked a full-time schedule for the entire 52 weeks for less than £1,000, or an hourly rate in that year of 53 pence an hour. And if we set up a rolling average to cover total hours since the start of the channel against total income since the start of the channel, so we incorporate 2015 as well, at that point, my rolling average for that channel was 43 pence an hour. That's how much money I was earning. But of course, I did start the vlog channel that year as well, this channel. So that started in June of that year. We didn't start doing daily uploads or anything. In fact, when it started, it was called Never Too Old. Hands up, let me know down in the comments if you were subscribed to this channel back when it was called Never Too Old. Never Too Old was really just about unboxings and toy hunts and nerd stuff. It's how I accumulated a lot of this stuff that still sits behind me in the videos now. I did still manage to upload 74 videos in this 6 months that channel was up and running. So that was another 370 hours work, still alongside the other channel, which I'm working full-time on effectively, and my full-time job as a teacher. And I did get monetized that year as well on this channel, and earned £19.76 on this channel in 2016 for an hourly rate of 5 pence an hour for producing videos for this channel, which means we can now combine those numbers together for total YouTube hours worked and revenue for 2016. So in 2016, across both channels, I uploaded a total of 439 videos, which is a total number of hours of 2,195 hours worked, or an average of 42 hours a week worked on my 2 YouTube channels, alongside my full-time job as a teacher, which I will keep going back to, for a grand total across both channels of £986.70, or an hourly rate between the 2 channels of 45 pence, and a rolling average for my lifetime on YouTube up until this point of 37 pence an hour. Let's go into 2017. Now, 2017 is a big year because 2017 is the year that I went full time. I actually resigned from my job as a teacher in the February of 2017, but because of the way teaching contracts work, I ended up serving a near 7-month notice period. So I didn't actually leave teaching officially until the end of August. So it was only the last few months of the year, September through to December, that I was actually full-time with YouTube and content creation as my only source of income. So that's important to bear in mind. If we look at the Football Manager channel from that year, you can see I was really going for it. I knew that I was going full time. I knew that I had my teaching salary to replace, and I knew I wasn't going to be replacing it straight away as well. So I worked like the clappers in 2017. Just on my Football Manager channel alone, I uploaded 606 videos in a year where I spent 8 months working full-time as a teacher as well. That means I worked over 3,000 hours, 3,030 hours just producing Football Manager videos in 2017 at an average of 58 hours a week, alongside the teaching for the majority of the year. And that year I earned from the Football Manager videos £6,340.55, which gave me an hourly rate for Football Manager videos in 2017 of £2.09 an hour, and put my total rolling average hourly rate across the now 3 years of making content at £1.38 an hour. That's what I'd earned in my life making Football Manager videos up until that point. But that's also the year that we went daily on the vlog. So daily videos on this channel as well, all year long. It actually came in at 371 videos looking back. So I guess there was a few times where I put bonus videos on top of the vlogs, or released a couple of videos in a day for some reason. But we released 371 videos. So that's a total hours worked on this channel, 1,855 hours, or 36 hours a week. Just on this channel. This is why all along I've been saying running 2 channels is like having 2 full-time jobs, because I was working over 50 hours a week on the Football Manager channel, and then another 36-hour a week full-time job on this channel. Plus, for the first half of the year, I was still working full-time as a teacher as well. I didn't sleep a lot in 2017. And in 2017, the money earned from this channel was £4,162.79. So that's an hourly rate of £2.24, or a rolling hourly rate of £1.88 over the life of the channel up until that point, which gives our totals for the year of 2017, combining the 2 channels together. I made a frankly ridiculous 977 videos in a year. That's about 3 videos a day, every single day, without a day off, all year long, whilst working full-time as a teacher. It was nearly 5,000 hours worked between the 2 channels, 4,885 hours worked that year at an average, and this is the highest it ever got. I couldn't have sustained this for longer than I did. But I was working an average in 2017, an average of 94 hours a week just on creating YouTube videos. And I'll emphasize it just one more time. For half of that time, I was also working full-time as a teacher. So I was putting 94 hours a week, every week, without a holiday, without a break, on top of working as a teacher as well, for a total income from YouTube that year of £10,503.34, or an hourly rate of £2.15, or the rolling average hourly rate over the course of the channels to £1.53. I was now a full-time YouTuber, working nearly 100 hours a week, producing nearly 1,000 videos a year, and I'd averaged less than £2 an hour throughout my life on YouTube. When I've said in the past that I was dumb to go full-time when I did, now you see just how dumb I was to go full-time when I did. We've still got a lot of this data to look through. I hope you're finding this interesting. I know it is a very different kind of video. I'm enjoying it because I am a data nerd and I love a spreadsheet. Hopefully you're enjoying it too. Let me know down in the comments what you think of the video so far. We are going to take a quick break now just to have a word with Past Kev, who's got a message from this week's episode sponsor. And then we'll be back to have a look at the years running 2018 to present. So I just want to take a second to thank this week's episode sponsors, Skillshare. Now, as I'm sure you know by now, because we've been working with them for quite the while, Skillshare are an online learning community for creative and curious people. And they have classes on things ranging from illustration through to creative writing, productivity, filmmaking, loads and loads of stuff on here. And as you know, I'm on a bit of a productivity kick at the moment. So I am about to start this course by none other than Ali Abdaal, who those of you who watch very closely on who I subscribe to on YouTube will know that I've become a bit of an Ali Abdaal fan recently. I've been watching loads of his content on YouTube and I am very excited to get started watching his productivity masterclass here on Skillshare, including the Pareto principle. This is something that I have talked about quite a lot in the past. I kind of live by this, and I would love to see Ali's thoughts on how that all works and how he integrates it within his goal setting and productivity and all that kind of stuff. Skillshare is curated specifically for learning. There's no ads and they're adding new content all the time. And what's more, it's less than $10 a month when you sign up on an annual subscription. And as a second what's more, the first 1,000 people who sign up using my link at the top of the description below get to try Skillshare Premium completely free. So what are you waiting for? We know Skillshare are great. I tell you about them all the time. If you haven't signed up for Skillshare yet, you genuinely are missing out on some amazing learning opportunities to add a new skill, a new hobby, or just learn something really cool. It's all there at the top of the description, and you're supporting the channel massively by doing it as well. Thank you to everyone who's already signed up, and thank you to those of you who are heading down there to sign up right now. It's free. You have nothing to lose. Back to the other Kev. Now, you'll notice one thing I've not included in this video at all is stuff like that, brand deals, Patreon, Twitch, merchandise. There's lots of other different income streams as well. So let me know if you want to see more of that kind of stuff we could perhaps do a more detailed breakdown for 2020 as a year, maybe at some point in the future that includes everything. Let me know in the comments if you want to see something like that. But for now, we'll jump straight back in to having a look at just my income earned from YouTube. And we'd got as far as 2017, the year I went full time. 2018 was the first year I was full time all year. This was my only source of income in 2018. I didn't have a job to run alongside it this year. So as you can imagine, I had a busy year again. I was putting some hours in once again because I needed to make some money because it was scary, scary times. So 2018, starting with the Football Manager channel, I actually lowered the amount of videos I was making. I realized making 2 videos a day every day probably wasn't going to be sustainable, and especially running alongside the daily vlog and regular Twitch streaming as well. I was just burning the candle at from 4 different ends. Forget burning it at both ends. I was burning it at both ends and melting the bit in the middle as well. I had to cut back a little bit. So in 2018, I made 488 Football Manager videos. That's still more than one a day, but it's a drop of about 25% from where we were the year before. That gives me a total hours worked of 2,440 hours, or an average of 47 hours a week on the Football Manager channel. And I got paid from those Football Manager videos £15,400 and 12 pence for that year, which was an hourly rate of 2018 of £6.31 an hour, which in turn bumped up my rolling average hourly rate to £2.93 over the life of that channel. And then, of course, we've got the vlog channel as well. And 2018 was actually the only year where I earned more money from this channel than I did from the Football Manager channel. And a lot of the credit for that has to go to the videos that we talked about in last week's video, the one that went viral. This channel certainly suddenly started to grow a lot quicker than the other one. It shot ahead in subscriber numbers, and it did pick up more views. And I made a lot of videos as well, 385 videos made on this channel in 2018. So again, that's a vlog every day of the week, plus I can have a 20 videos on top. What on earth? Where did I find the time? It's no surprise I can't sustain these numbers now, because these are absolutely insane numbers. 385 videos made. So that's another 1,925 hours of work in 2018, or an average of 37 hours a week. So another full-time hours worked on this channel, for a total income of £16,319 and 50 pence, which actually gave me an hourly rate for this channel in 2018 of £8.48, and brought that rolling average up to £4.94, which meant 2018's totals, it was finally enough to actually support us. And it needed to be, because I was full-time at this point. The earning only 10,000 in 2017 would have been a disaster if I hadn't have had my teaching salary for 3/4 of the year as well. But 2018, we did earn enough money to cover the bills. Like I said, we weren't, 2018 and 2019, I wasn't earning as much money as I earned before I gave up my job as a teacher. But 2018, I was earning enough to just about cover our bills. So I made a total videos across the two channels of 873 videos, which meant I worked 4,365 hours just on YouTube. Remember, you've got the Twitch streaming and all the other stuff alongside this as well. So I was working an average of 84 hours a week throughout 2018 here on YouTube, for a total income in 2018, just from YouTube ad revenue, £31,719 and 62 pence, which meant my hourly rate in 2018, £7.27p, and the rolling average at £3.63. For context, if you're outside of the UK, the UK national minimum wage is £8.72 for someone aged over 25 as of now. So even in 2018, when we were covering our bills, I was putting in so many hours that I was still earning less than the national minimum wage. If I'd have gone and done that 84 hours a week, name a low paying job, insert low paying job here, you know, if I'd have put 84 hours into any minimum wage job, I'd have earned more money than I did through slogging away on YouTube for the year in 2018. Which brings us into 2019, and from early 2019 onwards, this is pretty much when the balance started to shift between the two channels, and it became clear that there was much more potential for growth and for views and for earning money on the Football Manager channel. It just generated more views per day consistently from 2019 onwards. 2019 is also the year where we stopped uploading daily on this channel, and we went daily all the way through until November. But from November onwards, we went to the weekly vlog, which carried on through the end of 2019 and the first half, maybe a little bit more, of 2020. So looking at the Football Manager channel first, 2019, I made 447 videos over there, which means a total hours worked of 2,235 hours, which is an average of 43 hours a week on the Football Manager channel. And in exchange for that, I was paid £25,060, which meant my hourly rate actually went above the national minimum wage for the first time. I was earning an average of £11.21 an hour on the Football Manager channel in 2019. It put the rolling average up to £4.79 as well. So all those hours I'd put into the FM channel over the year, it averaged out that each one was worth nearly a fiver by this point. And then over on this channel, it was the first time we dropped below an average video a day, because like I mentioned, we went down to weekly vlogs towards the end of the year. So 347 videos made, which is a total of 1,735 hours for the year, or an average of 33 hours a week spent working on this channel. And for that, I got paid £17,343 and 9 pence, which is an hourly rate of exactly £10 an hour, and puts my rolling average for this channel up to £6.43. And then if we combine it all together again to get my total earnings for 2019 from the channel, you can see that between the two channels, I made 794 videos, which is a total hours spent of 3,970, or an average of 76 hours a week. So finally, that average hours a week is starting to come down a little bit. As I'm now earning enough money to cover the bills, I don't have to work quite so hard to do it as I was before. I've rediscovered this thing called sleep. And for my 76 hours a week average all year, with no holidays still. Remember, I'm still putting videos out every day. Yes, we went to Disneyland, we had a holiday, but I was producing daily vlogs while I was there. You know, I'm still putting this 5 or 6 hours a day into putting those videos together after everyone else has gone to bed. But in 2019, my reward for doing that was £42,403.09, which actually on its own is more than I was earning as a teacher. The reason I've always said I didn't earn more as a teacher in 2019 is because when you take off the amount that my YouTube network take as their cut, it actually brings it down below what I earn as a teacher. So the amount that hit my bank account before all of the other costs and things came off was actually still just a little bit less than I earned as a teacher. But £42,403.09, certainly not to be sniffed at. We were starting to live fairly comfortably. Like I said, this is the year that we were able to go on Disneyland and have our first ever family holiday. And we did quite a few other fun bits as well that cost quite a lot of money to do. We were finally able to reinvest this money into doing cool stuff on the channel to make cool content. It meant my hourly rate on average in 2019 was £10.68. So what, £1.50 or so above minimum wage, nearly £2 above minimum wage. And the rolling average for my YouTube career to this point, £5.40 an hour across nearly, 4 years of working full-time hours. I was averaging £5.40 an hour. And then that brings us to last year, 2020, which 2020 was a very challenging year because up until this point, the income pretty much each month had always gone up in that kind of shape. 2020 was the first time I had a real income crash. And it was around the time that the pandemic started, around March and April. Everyone on YouTube, we saw our views go up massively because more people were at home. But at the same time, the amount of money we earned fall because the actual amount you got paid per advert dropped massively at the start of the pandemic. But the long-term effect of it all was that because our views had gone up and the channels became more popular over the course of the year, as the ad rates started to go back up to their former levels again. And by the end of the year, it was like nothing had happened based on the amount of money that we were earning. But the big change is that we were all now getting way more views. So it actually meant 2020 was the best year I've ever had. And like I say, it was the first year where I ever earned more from this job than I did from working full-time as a teacher. So it took me, 3 years to get to the point where I could actually say, yes, I was right to leave my teaching job. So breaking it all down, in 2020, on the Football Manager channel, I made 582 videos. So you can see straight away there, I've started to up the output again. I was terrified by what happened when the AdSense, everything started to fall when coronavirus happened. So I just responded to it the only way I know how, by starting to work harder. So 582 videos made on that channel for a total of 2,910 hours worked, which is an average of 56 hours a week on that channel. And in exchange for my 56 hours a week on average on the Football Manager channel, in 2020, I earned £40,425.41, which was an hourly rate for the year of £13.89, and brought my rolling average hourly rate up to £6.84. So still a little bit below minimum wage, but starting to get much more reasonable. And we're starting to see a point where we could potentially cross over minimum wage on average at some point in the future. The vlog channel is a very different picture. This channel, very different picture for 2020, because obviously this is the first year we weren't doing daily content anymore. So the amount of videos I made dropped down massively. But at the same time, we started to put more of a focus on quality rather than quantity, better editing, better quality videos, more thought going into the topics I was producing, which meant that despite producing only 86 videos compared to 365 in previous years for putting them out every day, I was actually getting roughly the same amount of views. Quality over quantity, perhaps not such a bad idea. So 86 videos made for a total hours worked of 430 hours, which was an average of 8 hours a week spent on this channel, which is about right. For most of the year, I was doing roughly 1 video a week. They were taking a little bit longer to do. But yeah, I would say on average, I spend about 1 working day a week making something for this channel. This video, all in, will have taken me about a day to produce, from the planning stage to the it's finished and uploaded stage. For those 8 hours a week worked on this channel last year, I earned £14,151.80. So like I say, roughly, I mean, it's not a million miles away from what I'd earned in the previous couple of years, which meant my hourly rate on this channel last year was a quite frankly ridiculous £32.91. Quality over quantity, definitely proven there, I think, which brings the rolling average on this channel up to £8.23. So still just slightly below minimum wage when you average out the 4 years in total, but close enough for it to not really be that noticeable as a difference anymore. Which, if we combine all that together for my totals for the year, means that in the year of 2020, I produced 668 videos between the two channels. So a little over 2 videos a day on average. Is that right? Or is it that's a little under 2 videos a day, isn't it? I've got this massive spreadsheet in front of me and still can't do basic maths. So a little under 2 videos a day throughout the year. A total hours worked of 3,340 hours, which is an average of 64 hours a week on the channel throughout 2020. Remember, 2020 is the year that I also went back to effectively streaming full-time on Twitch as well. So that's why, despite me working super hard because of everything that was going on in the world, the actual hours committed to the two YouTube channels fell, because I was also putting in maybe a 20, 25, 30 hours a week into Twitch as well, and really starting to try and grow the Twitch side of things. So 64 hours a week worked on average, for a total between the two channels of £54,577.21, which was an hourly rate for the year of £16.34. So we're now getting close to double the national minimum wage for my average for the year, although the rolling average for the full lifetime of the two channels is still £7.30, so still a little bit below that level. So I know you're all sat there with your calculators now trying to run the totals. Don't worry, I have the totals for you. So after that's what, 4.5, 5 years of working on YouTube, some of it alongside a full-time job, some of it being my full-time focus. And these are the overall totals between October 2015 when I started and the end of 2020. I worked a total, in fact, I haven't got a total for videos. Hold on. I made a total in that time of 3,841 videos, which was a total hours worked of 19,205 hours. I think it's Malcolm Gladwell who says you need to do 10,000 hours at something to become an expert in it. Well, after nearly 5 years, I'm closing in on 20,000 hours of making YouTube videos. Double expert territory coming up for old Kev. It means over the course of the lifetime of being a YouTuber, I've worked an average of 71 hours a week, which is roughly double a full-time job throughout the full 5 years. I did tell you, you got to put the work in. It's all about putting the hours in, getting those laps, getting close to that 20,000 hours spent on it, getting close to those 4,000 videos made in that time. And for that, I have earned a total of £140,189.96, which sounds like an extraordinary amount of money, and it definitely is. But if we break that down to the average, my average yearly income since starting YouTube, £26,702.85, which I think is roughly in line with the UK average salary. Like I've said before, it's still less than what I was earning as a teacher, but it's definitely going in the right direction. It's increasing every year, and last year I did earn more than I earned as a teacher. So my average hourly rate for my 71 hours a week on YouTube for the last 5 years has been £7.30. So after 5 years of hard work, I think I'm pretty much now at the point where I can justify going full time. My hourly rate is pretty much where I'd want it to be. I'm pretty much on the UK national average salary. I am by no means rich. It has taken an awful lot of work to get here, but goodness me, is it satisfying knowing I'm now here. And it didn't all go wrong, because there are certainly some points during those last 5 years where it was touch and go and we were properly skint, and it could have gone massively, massively wrong. Let me know down in the comments if you've got any questions about any of the stuff that we've talked about, or if you want to see me going more in depth on certain years or other things to do with this. Also, let me know if this kind of thing just doesn't interest you. You're probably not still watching this part of the video if it didn't interest you, but I'm interested in knowing if you want to see more of this kind of thing, or if it was just fine as a one-off. Let me know that down in the comments too. But for now, we'll wrap this video up, because I think it's been much longer than I was anticipating it being. I definitely went into some detail because I'm a nerd. If you have enjoyed it, like I said at the start, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up. It really does help us boost the channel forward in the YouTube algorithm. Make sure you check out Skillshare as well. They're in the top of the description below. Having sponsors really does add to that hourly rate that we were talking about, and does start to make this channel look a lot more competitive with the other one when it comes to total income made for the year. And yeah, subscribe, turn your notifications on. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you back here next week for something else. Don't know what it'll be yet. If you've got any ideas, let me know down below. Thanks for watching, folks.